Yeah. Alrighty, we're back here now. We are going to fight the smelly turds that are look like they're half trapped in this little makeshift cage. I'm not really sure why they're in there, but it's like a cage or a pen, but you but the gate fell down and they're just trapped inside the gate because this guy right here, I'm worried that this guy, yeah, okay, good. I was gonna say I was a little worried that's like a thing, like it's not an obelisk, clearly, because it's bigger than an obelisk, but it's square like an obelisk in this game, that is. And doors to the throne, this, what I assume is the boss battle arena, is open, which is a little disturbing because I had to do stuff in order to unlock the other arena that I went into. So the fact that the doors are open does not make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. In fact, it makes me kind of upsetty spaghetti. Not that it really should matter if there's a boss in there or not. Gotta make sure I heal real quick. It's the frog domain, like we said before. So I presume it's going to lead out to this open area or something like that, but this doesn't look like a boss thing. This looks just sort of like a, hey, here's 15 guys, figure it out. Unless, of course, the big boss just comes down and like smushes them all. A cutscene, that'd be kind of nifty. I occasionally see that in the Dark Souls, though I'm not sure you're gonna really see that in this game. You know, where you walk in and there's just some grunt enemy standing in the middle of it, and then next thing you know, it like a big fucking monster comes down. Or like when you, in Dark Souls 3, when you fight the what is it, the undead battalion or something, where they're all just sort of fighting each other and they keep killing each other and reviving and killing each other and reviving. Alright, let's go down. We'll take a look, see what's inside here. I forgot to heal. I'm like 90 or... oh, yeah, let's do this too. I was gonna say, I'm about 90% that as soon as I hit this thing, there's gonna be those frogs that were in the little bog behind me are just gonna instantly respawn. Why? Because why wouldn't they? They were there before I got here. Why would they suddenly disappear after I do a heal? Here they are. I just figured, oh, it's a little too close to the bonfire. A little save spot. There's no way they could possibly put enemies like within a stone's throw of the save spot. But I know other games have done that, so why shouldn't this one? Fine, it's fine, it's fine. Gonna go through the door. What's on the other side? Already stolen. Okay, someone took the key already. And no, they don't have a room adjacent to this one where they walked out of and into a new arena. However, this door is busted open, so that's interesting. These guys are a bunch of sitting bombs. Look at them, they all exploded in succession. Like, you know, setting off a firework and then having the firework fly into your pile of fireworks. Whoopsie! That was supposed to last us all night. Instead, we just had a grand finale in your backyard. Does not appear to be any other doors around here. Just kind of want to take a look around because, as you can see, it's very dark. I cannot see very well on my TV, at least. So I don't want to make sure there's nothing, no hidden paths, hidden treasure chests, etc. fighting in the wings. Hello, shortcut. See, there's a ladder here, but it appears to be a drop-down ladder, so once I hit it, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna have to fight the enemies here. Shoot that, though. Nice. It looks like it's 2 guys or so died. I will find you, magic user, and I will murder you. I know you're around here somewhere. The fact that you didn't attack me this second time is a little disturbing. Were you in that mosh of enemies? Or did you get killed by fire damage? You might have been in that group of enemies. I'm guessing this is my hook shot, or some variation of it, as the game is essentially giving me one exit point that requires me to hook shot or grab onto things like this. I think it's interesting that it seems to use magic at the same time, because you can't run out of you shouldn't run out of magic. I'm guessing it's probably you see it is magic based, so as I use the little magic wand, reducing my uses of the thing, but it doesn't charge me for going from one platform to the other. It only seems to charge me when I use it on something else. We'll figure out what that is. I can guess what it is, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright. Like we've destroyed the frog's domain. We'll have to come back here and reinvestigate it maybe later, make sure I didn't miss any treasures. But for now, we're just going to get the hell out of here. Yes, we already did that. Can't use it to get down. There must be one above me that I can latch onto. Ray. Hello, Mr. Frog. Hello, Chris. I'm Mr. Frog. I'll eat the bug. Alright, we're going to get out of the frog's domain. Now that I have the little thing, I can access more areas. Obviously I can access the hook areas around here, like this. Should give me access to the last of the this last obelisk. But after that, I don't know what happens. Presume something happens at the center island, but I can't say that for certain. Okay, no cutscene at least. That's alright. Sure there's something. Excuse me, I'm sure there's something I have to do at the center island, like pray at it in order to unlock whatever the next thing is. I also see treasure chests that I want to get, and I also know there's other things that I've missed so far. So let's do some backtracking here and take a look around, see if we can't see what there is to see. Question mark. I like the little crab guys. Hello, Mr. Crab Guy. You're adorable. I always thought it'd be kind of an interesting mechanic. Is like if you had like a crab enemy, and occasionally the crab enemy or the lobster enemy goes through a molting phase, and just randomly you can run into a lobster or crab enemy that is in the middle of is post molt. So it's a soft shell crab, and it is easier to defeat because it doesn't have any of its armor. But it's also less likely to engage you because of that, because it knows it's a soft shell version of itself. So it's more than likely will run away from you instead of engage you, or try to protect itself by, you know, like digging in the sand to get away from you. I don't know. I don't know how to get over there. Figure it out later. Clearly there's a path behind this wall that I need to follow, but I don't know how to get to that path. There's also this door here we need to unlock. We're gonna do now. Get out of here! Stupid lands. These things explode like why were they... Why did you put the green flan, you know, slime enemy in the, you know, that dark tunnel, like between the first and second bell? Like, they have a far bigger explosion than their white counterparts. So why didn't you introduce me to the white counterparts first, you know, to give me an idea, oh, this is a flan. When you hit it, it explodes. So when you fight the green one, you're like, oh, I know what its AoE is, except the AoE is 2-3 times bigger than, you know, the white one you thought, you know, the original white flan you fought earlier, you know? You're like, wow, that's weird. But I guess there's other things where it's like, why is the really big guy with the sword? Gonna target him, Chris. Get the target button. You can do it. There it is. Don't know why that made a difference, but it did. Again, these guys might be a bigger version of the green ones that are in the underground area. So I might explain why they have such humongous explosions. Hello, Mr. Crab. Red Crab. Like how these guys are eating one of them, but it doesn't seem to affect their diet, and or it doesn't kill them from explosion. Though I suppose they probably get explosive diarrhea. Oh, I'm so humorous. My baby dad humor. My kindergarten dad humor. What did one fart say to the other? Super mature, Chris. You ever have a job where you get blamed for everything, even though you're like, you already have too much work to do? Like, you have like 9 or 10 hours of work every day, but you only get 8 hours to do it in. So like, you try to make sure that you maximize the amount of time you spend, and then you get blamed when stuff doesn't get finished. Like, why didn't you get that finished? Or why is this missing? Or they'll ask me like questions like, you know, this wasn't received in the system. It's like, do I receive stuff in the system? No. Why are you asking me? Maybe you should go ask the person who receives stuff why they didn't receive it. No, they give it to me and they say, why don't you go find out why that is? And I'm like, I don't have time. And they're like, well, I don't have time either. And I'm like, do you not have time? Are we all super overworked here at this company? Or is this a matter of like, you're just lazy? Hard to say. All I know is that when I do research for something, like, I always feel like, okay, it takes 15 minutes or 20 minutes to do the research on this, and I get you an answer, a definitive answer, but it doesn't feel like I did anything, because I made progress in answering your question, but I made no physical progress, because I've basically took all the information I had, researched it, put it into my brain, came to a conclusion, and then it's like, well, what did you really do? Why couldn't you come to that conclusion faster? Well, no one's ever accused me of not coming to a conclusion fast enough or taking too long to research something. But like, I don't want to spend a half an hour looking up something, finding out the answer to it, because typically the answer is, what do you want? Like, I can't fix this, so why are you asking me? Like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a vague example, I guess. Say you're working on a house, okay? And you go to nail something into the wall, okay? And you miss the nail and you hit the wall, you leave a dent in the wall. Can you fix the wall with the hammer or the nails that you have? No. You can either ignore the dent, you could fix the dent by going out and getting some plaster, depending on how bad the dent is, and plastering over the hole, or you can, like I said, you can not do anything, ignore it, fix it later, whatever. But you're not going to fix it with the hammer and nails that you have, okay? Welcome to the sky tower that we talked about earlier in the guidebook. There are 3 gems. One is found on the land, one is found in the sky, and one is found deep underground. This must be the sky one. Hooray. Gonna take a look around here first before we start diving into a new area, however deep or shallow that new area might be. What you got here? Oh, nothing too important, it looks like. It's nice that the game gives you all different options to make it to a particular location. So I've said this before, but you put a dot on the map, okay? And you want to go there. You don't have to follow the maze, the maze like straightforward path. You can go left or you can go right. Can you get to a very specific location without going either left, without, saying always going right or always going left to start? Yeah, I mean, there's going to be certain things, but like, I mean, right there, you saw that I was able to use my little grabby attack to get to that area. There was also a bridge that let me get to that area, If I went down the stairs to the left or down the stairs to the right, I could still get back to that area. It would be a little different. It might take longer to go one way than the other. You could still go over here and, use the grabby method. Or I could go around using the bridges to get to that island area I was just at with the black goo spewing out. And this game's done a really good job at being like, well, here's a hidden way to get to this particular area that you probably didn't see because it's not obvious. Hooray! Just go around the side. This is a very big place. Holy shit. Look at the great library. What am I, a child? Or like a hobbit here? These chairs look like for someone who's like legs. Like I would only come up to their knees. This is how big these... Here lies a hero. This is another one of those teleporty to the, the hero's domain thingy. Light world, dark world, whatever. Our predecessors must have been gigantic. I mean, obviously statues, you can make them bigger than they need to be to overemphasize shit, but like... Welcome to the Tower of Terror. I mean, the Tower of Despair. Otherwise known as the Great Library. Of course, the library would be floating in the sky, because where else would you keep all of the world's knowledge but in a magically floating library that no one can access except for the people who happen to know how to get in here? What I like to do when I have books, what I like to do is I like to take them and spread them out all over the floor. Let one pile up on top of another. Rifle, great miner's sword, bombs, cathedral. What is the cathedral? Am I in the cathedral? I don't know. I like how there's a little drawing of the square guy with the legs. Door to the mountains. Door in the mountains, I'm sorry. Yeah. Orange, power ring, Hecturne, scavenger's mask, which is underlined, which means it's important. Bracer appears to lower magic, I'm guessing, or lower health, lower something. And I don't know if it increases defense or not. Alright, interesting. The quarry. Monastery. Cavities. Root ziggurat, that's nice. Gun. Lower miasma, and they have a little picture of like that gas mask from earlier. Flemers, preends, lost echoes of self. I don't know what that is. Looks like a graveyard of some sort. So we did fight some of those like flying ball enemies already. Alright, we're going to light up the thing here. I got distracted there a little bit. I was looking at this this chalkboard here. Got a drawing of the obelisk that goes to something else, but then it's got like another drawing of like, it looks like there's a thing in there, you know. I don't know if that's related to the squares with the legs or not. I like how there's treasure chests sort of blending in the background here, because the treasure chests are yellow, and the light that's projecting in this room gives it a yellow-orange color. This is bad for people who have color blindness. Like, you see this blackboard that I'm hiding behind? You got the obelisk, but what is that thing on the right there? Is that what they're putting inside these like little dudes? These square things with the eyes and the legs? Or are they taking like the obelisk and breaking it down and putting people's souls in it or something? Curious. Obviously they've rigged this up with wires. So, whatever.